Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. It is a soggy Friday morning, day before thunder here in Louisville. If you're new here, I'm Travis, and I garden here in Louisville, Kentucky. Zone 7 now, I believe. So this video is going to kick off our weekly garden tours. So I'll be doing a garden tour every week from here through the season. Here is our front landscape here, and you can see that I have weeded this little corner here of the landscape. I got 3 bags of pine bark mulch is what I use here. And that's as far as 3 bags will get you, because I like it pretty thick to kind of choke out the weeds or prevent weeds from coming through. So as you can see, I got lots of weeds in here yet to pull. I guess it's a good thing it rained, because it'll be easy to pull stuff up. But that is my big task and chore to do today, this weekend, is get these weeds under control. So this here is the creeping Charlie weed I was talking about. That's really bad in my yard, in my garden. Also, the onion grass is real bad up here. But as you can see, the Nepeta here is getting ready to bloom, also known as catmint. And I've got that repeated through the border here. So I've got lamb's ear, I've got the purple asters that will bloom in the fall. Those get pretty big. They're probably due for a division. Yeah, so I'll show you how big these got. You guys that have been following me a while, I divided these maybe 2 years ago, the purple aster, and they were about like this big around, and you can see how fast they fill in. Now they're over a foot wide. Some of them are, but I've got those, the Nepeta, and then the lamb's ear, the silver lamb's ear, which would look better once I get these weeds under control. But I've just got that repeated on the edge here. The next layer in, I will probably do what I do every year, is do my French marigolds and the blue Victoria salvia. I'll be getting those probably in a couple weeks. Rule of thumb here in my zone is after Derby or after Mother's Day, you are in the clear of any frost danger. So then the next layer back is these buddleia, or dwarf butterfly bushes. They always look pretty rough this time of year. Sometimes you wonder if they made it or not, but these are the Pokester Blue. I've got 2 Pokester Blue, and then the one in the middle there is the white. It looks like these beautiful spirea shrubs have finally caught up with the other side. These 2 were planted a year later. And behind those we have the knockout roses and some pallets and wood that I need to get out of here still, so we're going to work on that this weekend. Yeah, so looking a little rough up here. I got my work cut out for me, but that's what's going on in this main garden. Knockout roses, like I said, again behind these spireas. They look pretty healthy right now and got lots of blooms on them, or buds I should say. Alright, I'm gonna keep walking and keep talking, because I've got 22 minutes for this video, and the last couple videos I have lost track of time and they've kind of cut off, so I apologize for that. Wine and Roses Weigela. One of my favorite shrubs here. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that dark foliage. This looks like it's going to be covered in bloom. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. And again, I love that dark foliage and that fuchsia color with the sage green or the silvery green of the lamb's ear. Now this is a hydrangea, fire and ice or something like that, but by the looks of it, it doesn't look like it made it through the winter. So we'll just kind of see. I'll give it a little bit longer and this guy might have to come out of here. However, you can see my most hated thing on the property is this here privet hedge. How it got over here, I don't know, but right through there was a huge hedge of privet hedge. And this used to be a solid wall of trees and brush. And anyway, about 3 or 4 years ago I cleaned all that out. Annabelle hydrangeas here. I'm going to give them another chance. I know I said this last season, but if they don't bloom for me, I'm going to have to get them out of here. And I might go ahead and try to move them anyway. As a matter of fact, there are some things I need to move, like the miscanthus grass there. I'm going to try to dig that up, and I got an idea or a place for it in the back. But my goal here is to do a hedge of these limelight hydrangeas. These are the 3 I planted in here last year. So I think it would be nice to have a hedge through here. That's what I got in front of the house there. So if I had a hedge through here with all those white blooms, I think that would look really good. And they grow so fast. That's what they look like, in case you didn't know. Another one of my favorite shrubs. Lowe's has them for $29, which isn't bad at all, considering how fast they grow. If I don't cut back the ones across the front of the house, they will probably make it to the gutters this summer. So, all right. Another thing I just noticed here is this heuchera or coral bells, which again will look a lot better once I get in here and weed. But I love that dark purple foliage and this pink flower. Again, with the silvery green lamb's ear. And I just have that repeated all around this garden bed here. There's some more. I think I just did a little drift of them. 4 heucheras in there. And I love these little hostas here. Kind of a more yellowy, limey edge on them. And this, again, this is another area that is still under construction. I still got a lot of filling in to do. Here's that new plant I added this spring. Absolutely love that color. I should have got more, because the idea was to do lamb's ear on this edge, the white candy tuft, lamb's ear, and then pink, and then just repeat that. And again, I forgot the name of this guy. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments, but it's a new plant and I really like it. I'm actually surprised it's stayed in bloom this long. Alright, so there's that. Alright guys, let's go into the backyard and see what's going on back there. So we'll stop right here. You guys might have noticed these blocks, and some of them are up there. I got these from my mom's house. They redid their landscape last year, and they just had these stacked there behind the porch. So she said come and get them. So I wasn't going to turn down some pavers, because that's a lot of money there. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with them. They are heavy, so I gotta make up my mind because I don't want to have to move them again once I get them somewhere. In this area here we have along the side of the house is the sedum, autumn joy sedum. Again, lots and lots of weeds, spring weeds, but look at all the buds on this David Austin rose. Now this was my grandma's rose that I dug up from her house, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. It looks pretty good. I forget the name of that rose. We got a hydrangea here, and one of my top favorite perennials is this lamb's ear. Now I noticed that the smaller leaved lamb's ear has more silver to it, which I like that more than the big ears. This is creeping Jenny, what is this? Creeping Alyssum or something like that. Anyway, my mind's blanking, so if you guys know, let me know. But that just kind of comes up as a ground cover here and there. I believe this is an incredible hydrangea. That'll get the big white blooms on it. Here is some creeping buttercup. That's what it is. And once you get that started, you will have it everywhere, and it will be hard to control. So if you plant creeping buttercup, just remember that. Some purple ajuga in here. Alright, and in the last video, you guys might have seen that I've got some boxwoods. I only have got 4, and I need to go back to Myers and get more because they have them for $8.99. But I've got 4 of these in here so far to define the corners of this triangle garden, I call it. So I got 1 there, 1 over there, 2 here. So the goal is to create a little boxwood hedge around this oddly shaped garden area here. Gaura's coming back nicely, and then we have the white roses here. Got quite a few blooms on those as well, and I'm trying to remember to move slowly. Salvias in here. Now these salvias I'm going to have to dig up probably today or this weekend because you'll notice they're right in the line of the boxwood hedge. So I'll dig those up and probably move them in the main garden in the backyard. Alright, moving on. I want to focus on things that are blooming. So irises are beginning to bloom. This is a white iris. Love the white in the garden. Coral bells, heuchera, looking pretty good there. Again, next to the lamb's ear. Big old patch of purple irises here, getting ready to bloom. And you can see that the Dame's Rocket is now in bloom. Stepping out of the garden. Purple salvia is about to bloom. We're starting to. And I think somewhere in here along the border I'll put that other salvia. This Ansonia. It's a little past its prime. It sure doesn't bloom for very long, but it is a beautiful plant when it is in full bloom. Viburnum. Snowball viburnum. It's got some white blooms on it. Not as full as some people that I watch on YouTube. Their viburnums are in full bloom, just covered in blooms. Again, I'm walking out of the garden, so I apologize. Here is the big patch of Dame's Rocket. And I really like it. We'll see how it does. I know it can take over. And it looks like I've got some... Stepping over a cat there. Looks like I've got some white in there too. Can you guys see that? So I really like that plant. People say it's aggressive and will take over and say do not plant it, but I'm risking it because I like the purple. Blue spruce tree here. Looks so good this time of year, getting that new growth on it. Probably my favorite tree there, the blue spruce. Sorry for the bumpiness. We've got some columbine in here. I've had so much columbine everywhere and I don't know what happened to it all. I hope you can see another one of my favorite perennials here. It's starting to bloom. This is the purple one. Spiderwort. I also have it in blue. Alright. And my hedge of irises, purple irises. Now this has been a progress the past couple years. I got these from my sister-in-law and I cleaned them up pretty good. They had a lot of borer damage, so you guys might remember that video, but they are looking fantastic now, and I think this is going to look really good when they are all in bloom. I believe they are all purple. Got a yellow iris back there blooming. If you guys love irises, definitely check out Flower Patch Farmhouse on YouTube and check out her iris tour. I mean, it is just absolutely incredible. So many different varieties of irises blooming together at the same time. It just looks like a bunch of candy all over her property. Okay. Oh, that's where we left off on one video. Where it cut off was on the limelights that I planted in here. In between the arborvitaes. Here's that plant called Thrift, still in bloom. I just kind of keep deadheading it. But again, you can see that color combo again that I like with the pink fuchsia and the silvery green. We'll walk over here to show you my eyesores and stuff. We're working on getting the pallets out of here. If you didn't know, I did a big haunted walkthrough last year and I used a bunch of pallets, but I need to get them back to my old job. Here is a new hosta that I thought was beautiful. And I just have a few different varieties of hostas in here. If we plan on staying here for much longer, I do hope, and the goal is to get these maples out of here. One at a time. I believe this one costs $2,500 to get this one out of here, so it is so expensive to remove trees. Just got some ground covers. I forget what this plant is, this variegated plant. It gets a purple flower on it. If y'all know, let me know in the comments. This one here is Solomon Seal. And Jack Frost Brunnera. With the tiny, tiny blue flowers on it. It sure doesn't stay in bloom for long. And then over here we've got Bleeding Heart. And another huge hosta. I forget what this one's called, but that one gets pretty big. Another hydrangea. And Solomon Seal here. So as you can see, lots to work on here in the garden. Lots of things are still under construction and are getting there. I've started the arborvitae down this side of the fence a couple videos ago. So the goal is to have one in front of every fence panel, and then I'll have about a 5 or 6 foot wide garden bed all down through here. So again, that is what I'm working on this season. So that brings me to the end of this video, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed. Share with your friends, they might like this content as well. Please like it if you enjoyed this video. And if you want to follow along my garden journey, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate that. You guys have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye, friends.